Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. Let's get the meeting started so we can roll along. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Absolutely. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Again, gracious and kind Heavenly Father, we are privileged to be here today. We ask that you'll watch over this meeting. We ask that you'll give this council the wisdom and the courage to make the decisions that are in the best interest of the town and in your Son's name. We ask that you'll be with the people that couldn't be here tonight. Lord, we ask that you'll give everyone a safe ride home. We ask all this in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. First on the agenda is special presentation or request. We have nothing scheduled. Next is our new business recognition. Is Lynette Morgan here from T-Town Foods? You wouldn't mind coming up and tell us a little bit what you have going on.
Hello, Lynette.
Hello.
How are you?
I am good. It's been a long day. Please excuse the attire. I just want to let you know I'm Lynette Morgan. I just moved. I've been up here about a year, but I wasn't in Tazewell. So I moved from Florida. Love it here. I love our small town, and I want to be a part of it. So I have opened up T-Town Florist, which I think represents Tazewell very well. Bulldogs. If y'all seen, has anybody seen my sign? So I'm all for our community, all for what we stand for, and out to help in any way possible. So basically what I do is fresh flowers, artificial flowers, weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, don't y'all forget it. Anything that pertains for our community, I want to do. I don't look at the business as just a business. Yes, it is. But I look at it as what can I give back to T-Town, Tazewell County. So that's who I am.
All right.
We always have gifts for our new businesses. So. And you have to get pictures too. But thank you for coming here and opening a business. We do appreciate it. We love being able to recognize this new business that you come to town.
Thank you very much.
Here's you a towel
Okay.
and a town of Tazewell.
Thank you. And can I leave some cards for
You
you?
may. We will put them on.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
We've got control.
Thank y'all.
Good saying.
Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from council meeting on September 13th, 2022. Could I get a motion to approve?
I so move.
Could I get a second? Any discussion? All in favor of approval of the council meeting minutes September 13th, 2022, say so by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say so by saying nay. All right, the minutes are approved. Next is the approval of the financial statements and financial report from September 2022. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
I get a second. Any discussion? All in favor of approval, say so by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say so by saying nay. The financial statements from last month are approved. Next, the committee and conference updates. The Planning Commission Committee, Councilmember Davis sent us a text stating that she's under the weather, so we will get an update next month on that. What's that? They didn't meet? Okay.
That was quick.
So no update necessary. So next on the agenda is our unfinished business. The item A, update on VDOT primary extension. Manager Day.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the next couple. We were awarded a grant for primary extension, and that paving is actually supposed to take place soon, like in the next couple of weeks, but you've got you've got a drawing. You've got a drawing on the third page back from that, and I know it's hard to read, but the pavement will go from almost the hospital entrance, around in that area, through the intersection at Hardee's to approximately north of the railroad crossing. So it's really funny setup. We don't pick it. We just apply for it, and the Commonwealth of Virginia pays 100% of it.
Now, did they come down and like survey the roads to see what?
Well, yeah, they do. We have to apply for them though. So we have a number of primaries in town, and every year we try to target all of them. So they'll come and look at them, and after you beg and plead a little bit, they give them some time. So that pavement is actually supposed to take place, and of course that'll include milling and new striping also. It'll be thermal. The next one on there, I'll bring some more information to you in the future on this, but we applied for right at 3.9, I think it was 3.7 million dollars for VDOT to take up some of the slack off the water line project for overlay. So it'll go from where the water line project's going to be rebid, obviously, but it'll go from right there at Bill Weeks' all the way down Market, all the way to the exit. By the way, it's the eastbound exit. So, I mean, the westbound exit. So the eastbound exit's not looked at, but it'll go all the way around. But that's a revenue sharing grant of 3.9. So that's 50-50 for those. So it's right at 2 billion, 1.85 billion. So what we'll do is we'll take the funds that's already been approved through the health department, and we'll just offset that paving, utilize some of those funds. So that's going to help out a lot.
Absolutely.
But it's still 3 years down the road. Revenue sharing used to be you applied this year, you were awarded it, and you did it next year. But now it's 3 years out at minimum. So I'll bring it up again 3 years from now.
Fair enough.
And that's after the project. That's the reason we applied for it, because it's a 3 year, if you'll recall, the water project's 3 years. There's 3 years of funding. So that's the only reason we applied for it, try to knock the cost down.
Okay. Anything? Any questions? All right, didn't see any miscellaneous unfinished business, so we'll jump into the new business section. A quote to replace the fencing at Tazewell Little League Field, Manager Bay.
I have a letter, I received a letter a couple of weeks ago from Little League requesting that we remove the block wall. And I don't know why they would do that, but anyway, I've got a cost in here to have that block wall replaced, and the cost was $13,995, and I got another one for $13,500. Now I'll tell you that the $13,500, that quote was back in March.
That's no good.
We are going to have to remove the block wall if you approve. We'll remove it in-house when we get a chance, after we tear down the building, after we finish fairground. We'll just, and then there's a footer there. So we're going to try to leave the footer. It's my understanding I got about 20-foot flexibility on sanctioned Little League field, so we'll move the fence back about 2 foot so I don't have to pull that footer up out the ground. But I will.
Can you use this footer for the new fence?
No, the new fence is going to be driven in with poles. It'll be a chain link fence just like the other fence.
Is that Little League okay now?
Is it what?
Little League sanction?
Yes. But there's like.
Yeah, the only problem we had with chain link was it wasn't permanent. When we were having these discussions a few years ago, they didn't want temporary fencing.
Right. Yeah, we're talking about the field down here in Winston. Yeah. So we're just taking the block wall out.
I got that.
Council approved it, putting in.
It mentions in here that they're doing travel alternatives since.
Yes.
All right. Just curious where that money is going.
I can find out. I don't have an answer to that. Little League's handling it. So.
Right, I mean, is that money going into the Little League
I'm sure it
budget?
stays in Little League.
Yeah, it stays within the Little League.
Yeah.
Is the fields at Lincolnshire dead now?
There's been nothing else brought up over there. Once that issue was shut down, it hasn't been brought back up.
By us or by Little League? So the Back of the Dragon is interested in that Little League at this point?
Not right now, no. And I have talked.
That's all fine, I just don't know how much money you want to spend if things are gonna get moved in 2 years and you're gonna put up fence to take down.
I just raised the price of it to cover all our costs that we put into it.
Raise the price of,
If Back of the Dragon or someone wants to buy it, I would just raise the price to cover what we put into it.
Well, you've got $274,000 left, and that's including everything. So,
left from ARPA.
well, yeah, recovery funds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've got, like I said, the prices are ranging right at 14,000. I don't know what they're gonna run into, but if you're interested in doing this project, I would recommend that you approve so we can go ahead and put the top rail on it,
Yeah.
the padded top rail. So I would recommend that you, if you want to proceed forward, that you approve 25,000. And if we don't need it, we won't use it. But
That's for the fencing, or that's just to take it down?
That's for the installation of the new, we're going to take it down. So Big Public Works will take it down.
Concrete, okay. I'll make the motion to go forward with it.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approval of replacing the fence at Tazewell Little League Field, stay so by saying aye. Aye. All approved, all opposed, stay so by saying nay. All right, the motion carries. Next, police department body cam quote. Manager.
Okay. The cost of body cameras. They get lost, they get broke, they get antiquated, new technology, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've got a quote in here, and I think the total contract is $56,415 for body cams. And they need, it is,
This also, it covers the damage of the
It does.
body cam free
It
with
does.
no cost.
yeah. Stan, you want to speak on it?
I'm sorry, Brandon.
I interrupted, I'm sorry, I was talking about why don't you use your cell phone?
You want to speak on the body cam?
Yes, sir. We are, the current ones that we have is customs. The warranty has been out approximately 3 years on them. They got great quality video, but the quality of the camera is horrible. We're averaging 1 to 2 cameras a month sending back. If they can repair it, it's $450 per camera. If we have to buy a new camera, it's $850 per camera. And what we're dealing with is the batteries that's in them, they swell and bust. I don't know if that's because it's getting moisture from the rain, but that's the biggest thing that we're dealing with now. And that's been making us replace an entire camera, because when it swells and busts, then it's damaging the entire camera.
You definitely have to have them in today's.
This company that we're dealing with, this Lens Lock, it's a new company. They're actually giving us a little bit of a break, and I forgot to tell the town manager that we are the first company in Virginia. We have talked to other agencies in Georgia and South Carolina that's using them. They love them. Anytime we have an issue with a camera, no matter what it is, we call them up, they send us a brand new camera, no charge.
So is this a 5-year lease or is this a 5-year purchase plan?
It is a 5-year purchase plan. In that 5 years, every 2 years, so 2 times in that 5 years, they will send us brand new cameras, the new state of the art of what they have out, to replace the current cameras. Also, this goes to cloud. It's not a server that's such as we have now. And we did have to replace that server a couple years ago, and it took a long time to get that in. It's now about 4 months actually waiting on that to come in. So this goes to cloud, and the 11,000, whatever it is included for our storage.
What would you do at the end of the 5 years?
We would have to renew a new contract or just weigh out the old cameras that we have and just purchase the cloud storage of whatever the price would be in that 5 years.
But they keep, every 2 years, they keep sending you ones?
Yes, sir. They would, up until the 5 year of the end of that contract, then they would have to be in a
They ain't
new
gonna do it
contract.
again. So 5 years from now, if you're still on cancel, that 56 is probably gonna be more like 65.
I'll go up to 56.
So the warranty is pretty much 5 years per camera. But-
As long as we have that company, they replace our cameras free of charge.
Well, I'll make a motion on that one too. For instance, that's good coverage for the police officers when they're in an issue or.
Our guys have had them for about 3 months. They do like them. They're easy to use. We don't have to burn CDs anymore. We can do it strictly by email now. So CDs that have been cut out. It can be sent to the Commonwealth Attorney through email form now.
I'll make the motion.
Sorry, just wanted to make sure. How do you transfer the data from the camera to the cloud?
It's cloud-based.
I mean, it's
Automatic.
sends it. It
Yes.
doesn't have to be.
It comes into the base. Once it goes into the base, it sends it to the cloud.
Gotcha.
So I've got a motion, I need a second.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor of approval for the police department body camera, stay so by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, stay so by saying nay. All right, so motion carries. The next holiday schedule, Manager Day.
Okay, Chris asked me to ask for permission.
I'm sure that did not
That's the
happen.
last time I have to hear this.
I'll send you a recording next year.
I just got it in there for just an update. I mean, I learned, it took me 4 years to learn, Chris, but I did learn, so.
10 years.
Okay, Chris, just let it go. Friday, November the 11th, well, your schedule's there, so I'll just leave it at that. If you have questions, just let me know. The November,
Just want to ask you about one of those days.
I won't know it.
It's all well deserved.
The November meeting is on election day. And I know we have one incumbent, and probably, we actually have two, the mayor's doesn't have anybody campaigning against him, so we have one incumbent, which is Ms. Davis, it is. So we can leave it, which I know how hard it is to get y'all to pre-schedule meetings. And that's what I would recommend doing, is leave it, but, Bluefield, Richland, and they're all moving them if they can.
What time do the polls close?
I think 9.
I thought it was like they closed like at 6 or 7.
I think we need to, I think it's 7. Mayor, what do you want?
They close at 7.
It's 7. It's 7.
I think we need to just ask the mayor what he wants to do, since if he doesn't want to be here, then we should move it.
Yeah, I would prefer moving it to Wednesday if it could be available on a Wednesday, the day after. I just know it's difficult for people at work, have different offices and everything.
Well, Chris, it won't bother you, man. You don't miss me, I know. So is Wednesday good with everybody?
Good with me.
We'll just move it to Wednesday.
All right.
Appreciate that.
7:30 Wednesday. We will post it accordingly, so it'll meet for you.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. For you.
Okay, so next, miscellaneous, didn't see anything.
I got
And miscellaneous.
If I could.
Yeah.
I want to. Y'all have voted unanimously, by the way, on the skate park. And I'm telling you, if a fraction of the people that's commenting on that come out, it's going to be one of the biggest home runs we've ever hit. We've got some tremendous planning for it, and I just want to go down the line. I mean, every one of you voted to approve it. Joe, David, you voted, May. I mean, the mayor didn't have a vote. Every one of you
Who
did.
was it, who was it that recommended making it bigger? Did we vote on that?
I don't recall that discussion.
So,
I think it was David Fox. I think David.
That's where.
Appreciate that, Dave.
so the first week of announcing, there were over 37,000 views on Facebook.
37,000?
I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, all now.
I'll tell you, she has came back in, and we're still under budget by like 2 cents, but she has come back in and ordered additional skates.
Good.
So, I mean, I'm really excited. I ain't gonna skate. but
She
I'm
was
really
out there
excited.
with Donnie when you guys were paving the parking lot out there, fixing they were planning it all out. Which, by the way, Lincolnshire looks awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, for the staff that you have, that part looks absolutely amazing. And
What Chris means by that is the low staff, not the quality of staff. I think.
Is that what I said? I meant quantity.
You would be surprised if people pick that up or run with it, but I just helped you out.
Thank you. I meant quantity. It's like short staff. You know I'm gonna get reelected.
But I seriously want to thank each one of you for that vote of support. And, David made a comment that he remembered from years ago when they used to have a skate park out there. David even made comments about how it was a great idea. So, I mean, it was a unanimous vote by each of you. I want to personally thank each of you for that vote. I think it's going to be one of the biggest home runs we have.
Great.
I even had an inquiry from Narrows, wanting to know who to talk to.
She called me, she contacted me.
Narrows, Virginia.
We're telling everybody that's calling.
Yeah, we got sold out. Sorry.
It's like 2 hour radius, right?
Yeah, it's amazing the kids that just call and just ask for information. It's just, if it's anywhere near, I thought the Aqua Park was a hit, but if it gets anywhere near the attention, it's going to be great. Thank you.
So any miscellaneous, did anybody sign in to speak? Okay. So that's it. Any additional council comments?
Just out of curiosity, when is the bridge, the second bridge going to be started?
We got two bridges. I've actually got 2 webinars in the next 2 weeks with VDOT. One of them is the bridge at Hardee's, and the other one is the bridge at Cobble Hill.
So the Hardee's one that was supposed to be done last, is that maybe still going to happen this?
And it's actually going to take place in like the next couple of months. They'll start on it.
January.
You're talking about the one week.
Yeah, I can't do that.
From Hardee's.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, I think we may have discussed this, they're gonna pave it, and then they're gonna do the bridge work. I think we discussed this.
VDOT communicates really good.
Very good. That's free work for us, right?
Wonder how many phone calls you get over that.
Yes. Okay, if there's nothing else, could I get a motion to adjourn? Could I get a second?
Second.
All in favor of adjourning, stay so by saying aye. All opposed, stay so by saying nay. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you all for coming.